gonna have to go on. I believe that way. Let's look at it. All right, let's lay that down there. Well, here's something I learned the hard way one time. Whenever you get a new engine, even if it comes from, you take this out. Otherwise, you're not going to get enough airflow and it's going to flood out. So if you had the Atom 80, and you're going to put the one. So if you had the Atom 80 and you're going to put the Monster 185 on, you need to take these 4 bolts off so you can get this bracket off, because that goes with the Atom 80. So I'm going to put some Loctite in each one of these. Pretty sure we got that. Let go of it real quick. Obviously, I've got to do more tightening, but I think we did it. All right, awesome. Thank you. All right, your spacers go on engine side. So I got my 2 spacers in so that your bolts will go back inside the frame and won't be hitting you in the back of the neck or head or near your top part of your harness. Same thing, these washers go back on the back side, or spacers. This is a number 6 Allen wrench that comes with the Maverick toolkit, and this is a number 13. I just went, they do supply a wrench that goes to that, and that's also fuel line connected to the primer bulb. Went in and put the pulley on, ran it through, so now we have that attached to the front. So now I'm going to take this out and put that in the Atom 80 and put the spark plug in here. We're going to hook up the spark plug wire, and once we do that, we'll have to hook up the throttle. Okay, so I'm going to run that down so that I know it's not cross-threaded. Just finger tight it first. All right. I don't want to tighten it down too much, but I do want to make sure it makes a good seal. So just finger tight there, that's good enough. And then I want to make sure this can't get over into my prop or into any of this. So since I don't have the cooling shroud on this, I'll probably put a different tie down over here somewhere so that it can't reach the prop. So I can't get to it in any way. So I went with the Vitorazzi throttle. Cut this part off because I don't want it getting anywhere close to the prop or to that. So the Atom 80 had it where you could tie it off. I need to put some super glue here on the end so that doesn't fray. And then this bolted in. And I just ran it right out. And then on the other side, I've used tie downs. So I'll show you the other side real quick. All right, so we plugged in the kill switch on the coil, and then down here, this is where the coil runs back into the throttle, or along with the throttle cable. I'll put some electrical tape to keep it out of the pull start. I'm going to replace the smaller tie down with a larger one, but I put a larger one that was kind of loose, but not too loose. Since I don't have the cooling shroud on, I don't want the spark plug wire to go off into the prop if it comes loose. And I put another one here with a piece of fuel line to protect the throttle, and then another tie down. And you could use black tie downs, they look better, I just didn't have any. You want to make sure this piece, if you don't cut it really close, is on the outside, because you don't want it on the inside because it'll be poking you underneath your ribs. And that's my new E-prop over here, so that's 130 centimeters. And then I've got the cooling extension, or the cooling spacer for it. I'm going to put that on. And then we've got the front part, and we'll get it all tightened down, and I'll show it to you. So we got the prop on, so your emblems should be facing you. So you want to make sure that you've got it on the right way, and then you want to torque it down. It says 8 Newton meters. If you don't have that, you can do it with your hand, but you don't want to go too far. Make sure that as you tighten these down, start off slow and do opposing bolts, so across from each other. So I'm going from here to here, from there to there, from here to there, and just tighten them down. Buckle on the back, and I've pushed it down as far as it'll go. I'm going to come around, I'm going to go through the front side of this one and cinch it up as far as I can get it. I'm going to go through the bottom part of that one, lifting it up towards me so that I can fit it through. And I'm going to cinch that up. So now you've got to double back these. So I'm going to go back through the top. Let me cinch that up a little bit more. I want that tighter. I don't want a lot of space. I want those two buckles pretty close to each other. So I'm going to go back through the top part of the silver buckle. I'm going to pull that all the way through. I'm going to go through the top part of this black one on the back part of this one. So I'm going to lift it up. This gets hard to do because you start getting a lot of that buckle in there. It's hard to get those far enough apart where you can get that to work. There we go. So it went through the top, it's going to go through the bottom. And I promise you, if you don't do this, if you don't go through it and double back it, it'll come undone. The bottom straps. There we go. And you should be good. Now you could try to run this back through the top, through that second one, but you're going to have trouble fitting it in there.